Yo, what's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lincoln Stark, and today we're going to be talking about how both sides in Captain America Civil War were exemplified through these two superhero shows. So before I talk about how these two superhero shows, which I will get onto later, exemplify the two different sides in Captain America Civil War, I should talk a bit about the whole Captain America Civil War conflict. So it all starts when the government tried to get the Avengers to sign this legal document called the Sokovia Accords, which basically states that the government owned the Avengers. And the Avengers, they're split on this concept. Like, on one hand, Steve Rogers, better known as Captain America, does not want to sign the Sokovia Accords, as he believes superheroes should have freedom. Whereas Tony Stark, otherwise known as Iron Man, does want to sign the Sokovia Accords, as he believes that the superheroes are going off the rails without it. And then there's this like big fucking conflict throughout the entire movie, and all kinds of like crazy shit that goes on. God, the movie was just fucking phenomenal as a whole, and it might just be my favourite MCU movie. Anyways, both these sides are very, very distinctive. And not just within the Marvel Universe, where the characters are split on this debate, but also the fans. Back when it was released back in 2016, there were all kinds of like online debates, whether or not Team Cap or Team Iron Man. But even to this day, 9 fucking years later, it still has the same long-lasting impact, where people are still debating what side was correct. This will not be your traditional convincing you to be on so-and-so side. It's not going to be the one focusing on what's objectively right. It's going to be showcasing how both perspectives are shown through these two superhero TV shows. Now, allow me to get onto it. What are the two superhero shows in question, and what do Team Cap and Team Iron Man stand for? Starting with Team Iron Man, basically he states that government control over superheroes should be allowed, because without it, the superheroes will go off the rails. But there is a show that shows, no pun intended, what this would look like, a superhero universe with government-controlled heroes. And that is none other than Amazon Prime's The Boys. As I mentioned, The Boys is a show on Amazon Prime about a world where government-controlled superheroes are a thing. I think it does a great job at showcasing the kind of like gritty realism that would come with if superheroes lived in our world. And yeah, it is a great show. And as I mentioned, the show does feature government-controlled heroes. Now, what do these government-controlled heroes look like? Well, let's just say they're not exactly saints. The whole show is unhinged, it's off the rails. It just takes the piss out of how Marvel and DC and like other comic brands have these limitations where they have to appeal to a younger audience. The Boys is like, fuck all those limitations. We just go all out, we push every boundary known to man and do not hold back. It comes through blood, violence, and moments like this. Just why? And yeah, lots of people love it for that, including myself. And yeah, say if in the Marvel Universe they face the same like government-controlled regulations that the Seven do, then would say Tony or Steve or Thor or Hulk, would they have the same level of respect that they do in their current universe if they was government controlled, or would they become corrupt like the Seven in The Boys, particularly Homelander? Now, the way the Seven are viewed within The Boys universe is they are well respected as heroes, celebrities, almost gods, if you will. But yeah, they are corrupted by all this power, and they're aware of this. And yeah, they start using their powers and their status for bad shit. Particularly Homelander. My guy, let's be real, he's a fucking psychopath. My guy, he just lasers people for the thrill of it. He murders people for the thrill of it. And he's like, yeah, I could do that because I'm Homelander. I'm a big fucking hero. I'm a celebrity. I do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, I know that may sound like a lot of profanity, but that's The Boys for you. Thing is, The Boys, as I mentioned, doesn't have those limitations, so he can just say whatever he wants. It is 18 plus for that reason, but hence why it appeals to that audience. And yeah, say if you lived in a world with government-controlled heroes that were unhinged, whether it be through through Homelander or the Seven or the Avengers, it wouldn't be a nice environment. So yeah, I can see why people wouldn't want to live in the Boys universe. But then the counter argument is that Tony, Steve, they're not as immature as the Seven. They are like grown up, respected people within our world, if you will. So yeah, I can really see it going either way. On the flip side is Team Cap, which advocate for not having government-controlled heroes because they believe they have the freedom. And the show that exemplifies this perspective is... If you guys haven't watched Invincible, it's a bit of a recurring joke, so yeah. Now, in Invincible, it showcases a young superhero called Mark Grayson who's learning to become a superhero and use his powers. And it does kind of... and whilst it is animated and has, like, really outrageous, wacky, fantastical shit, for example, aliens, and yeah, it does feel like a conventional superhero, cartoony, comic booky storyline, but it also has some, like, realism to it. Some, like, whether it be through the character struggles. Character struggles are definitely a big part of Invincible, and the things like mental health and that kind of stuff. Like Mark, he realizes what it is, like the sacrifices that are made to being a superhero. However, what I really want to talk about is said sacrifices and how it affects him being a hero. He realizes that there is damage that comes with being a hero. For example, we see the aftermath of buildings being destroyed and like streets being destroyed, cars being destroyed. And yeah, if you've watched any superhero movie, you see that like the world around them, it gets fucking messed up. Like for example, Spider-Man No Way Home, there was the bridge battle, which featured bridges, cars, all just getting destroyed. And do you ever think, what is to come of this? Are people gonna have to use their car insurance and be like, hey, Spider-Man destroyed my car because he was fighting a guy with octopus tentacles? Imagine saying that to your insurance agent. That would be one hell of a conversation. But like, that does kind of make sense because we see the results of that in Captain America Civil War. That's why the whole conflict starts, is because in Lagos, Wanda destroys a building and kills a bunch of civilians, hence why all this shit starts. And yeah, if you value accountability, then maybe you'd be more drawn to Team Iron Man. However, if the government control the heroes, then maybe they won't have the freedom to do what they need to do as their duty as heroes. For example, say if the government forbade them from fighting Thanos, then that basically means the whole universe is fucked, doesn't it? But yeah, I know you guys are thinking logically that wouldn't happen. You never know because the government don't... like, you can never tell. Like, the way Thaddeus Ross is handled in Civil War is the way Vought is handled in The Boys, or Alan the Alien is handled in Invincible. Like, there's always this figure, no matter the universe, and it makes sense depending on the storyline. So yeah, that is how the two sides of Captain America Civil War are shown through The Boys and Invincible. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So that was the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more awesome videos. Goodbye.